Ayala did win the first one. They argued long and hard about who should enter the ring for the rematch first. Eventually, the Tapia camp agreed to a compromise, so they went in to do it again together. Alan Massigale and Hernario Hernandez for commentary after Jimmy Lemon.
All right, fans, here we go with the main event of the evening, the rematch of the 1999 Fight of the Year, scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, it's showtime! Introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing blue trunks and fighting out of his home of Fort Worth, Texas. He weighed in at a ready 123 pounds. His outstanding record stands at 30 wins, only 1 loss, with 12 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the current WBA bantamweight champion of the world, introducing Paulie Ayala. And his opponent across the ring on my left, ready to fight out of the red corner, entering the ring wearing black trunks with silver trim. He is proudly representing his home of Albuquerque, New Mexico. His weight 124 pounds, his record 48 wins, 1 loss, 2 draws with 25 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, he is attempting to avenge his only loss. Here is the 4-time world champion, introducing Johnny Mi Vida Loca Tapia. Once again, a referee in charge, Richard Steele, now to give instructions. 12 rounds of boxing scheduled.
At all times, I'm supposed to see your neighbor, so if it's up, if it rises high, this will not be a low blow. I have gave you both instructions in the dressing room. I'm cautioning you now to obey my commands at all times. Shake hands, good luck.
And we are set to go from Las Vegas, Nevada at the MGM Grand. Johnny Tapia in the black trunks. Paulie Ayala in the blue trunks. Tapia on your right. Both fighters only 1 loss. In fact, Ayala's only loss was in his first title fight in 1998. It was a controversial loss in Japan to Yoichiro Tachiyoshi. It was a controversial headbutt, so he's never really been soundly defeated in any sense of the word.
And it seems like Paulie's going straight for Tapia, where they left off.
That's exactly where they left off, right in front of one another. And as our colleague Al Bernstein, who called that fight last year, said, one of the best fights you will ever see in any weight class.
And we may see it again because both fighters are not going to want to take too much of a step back. They know one another pretty good.
Well, Ayala is a lefty, and his style is to never, ever step backwards and stay very, very busy. He has good speed. The only thing you can fault Ayala about maybe a little bit is his punching power. He's only got 12 knockouts in 31 fights, but he will stay busy. As for Johnny Tapia, one of his weaknesses, he's had a broken nose 20 times. 20 times. And he'll bleed, but he fights well sometimes when he's bleeding because he tends to be more accurate, if you can figure that out.
Well, I guess it's like a bull. He sees red, he goes right after the person, I guess, who's holding red gloves, I guess.
Johnny's usually nonstop. He can work both hands. You know, he can go right, left, southpaw, whatever he wants to do in there. Lots of punches. He's got great defense and hand speed, but that wasn't the case in the first fight between these two. Defense was not in either one of these guys' vocabulary.
Tonight, Johnny Tapia looks a little more aware of what Paulie wants to do. So he's not staying in there too long. He's hitting and moving pretty good.
Johnny Tapia, excellent movement, and he always puts on a good show.
And he just landed a good straight right hand. Whereas Paulie came back with a good left uppercut.
As I said earlier, Tapia came in 14 pounds heavier than he weighed in. There's a little short left that got in to Tapia. Oh, both punches exchanging. Both of them landed at the same time.
There's a good left by Paulie.
These are hard punches. You can feel them down here ringside.
Oh,
there's a good right left from Johnny Tapia.
Paulie got hurt with a good right left hook. But we know that Paulie's in there for Paulie's going to be in there for a very long night, because Paulie could take some pretty good shots himself.
We found that out in the first fight, both fighters. There's a good body shot from Tapia. Then he comes back with the left straight to the jaw. Tapia seems to be a little more accurate in this first round with his punches.
Well, Tapia's taking his time a little bit more. He's not as hyped up as he was in the first fight. Some good exchanges right there.
Oh, there's one punch right after the bell from Johnny Tapia. Good first round here. The crowd's excited. And I think we've seen what we're in store for, and it started out intense. It's going to get more intense.
It's going to get better later on.
Every time, but you're stepping with your foot in, okay? But we need, in your hook, you're throwing it a little too wild, trying to hit too hard with it. Just shorten it down a little bit. Keep the pressure on.
Here we see a good straight right. Ayala was coming in and he got hurt by that straight right hand with a good left hook. Here we see again, there's that left hook that hurt Paulie. Now we see the good 1-2 combination thrown by Johnny Tapia.
Well, if Johnny can be that accurate all night, he can be more patient than he was. We can listen in now to Jesse Reed.
Coming right into it, make him come right to it. Suck him up.
What does that mean, Genaro?
That was good advice. Make Paulie fall into the game. Don't fall into Paulie's game.
Fighters touch gloves as we start round 2 of a scheduled 12-round fight here.
Because as you see, we're seeing that Paulie's reaching in. He's throwing punch, but he's stepping in. So that makes him more vulnerable to get hit with a good counter punch if Johnny Tapia steps back.
Tapia keeping his distance, but also able to land some accurate shots. I think I gave the first round slightly to Johnny Tapia.
Well, he connected some good punches. He hurt Paulie, and he did land more cleaner punches. As we see, Paulie is reaching in. He's reaching in. Instead of working his way in there with a jab, he's reaching in with the left, with the straight left and the left hooks.
Johnny working off the jab, looking very impressive. He's a wonderful boxer to watch, both these guys. But Ayala, like I said, he doesn't know anything about backing up. Ayala will get in there and go to war with you. Tapia a little bit more graceful, but boy, he does have a mean streak in him. There's a good exchange on the inside.
It seemed like Tapia might have
got tagged a little bit. Tapia went to the body, but left his chin open.
And he got caught. Yeah, Johnny Tapia there is that good straight right by Tapia. Good combination thrown by Paulie. There's a good left that landed on the face of Johnny Tapia.
So Paulie Ayala coming back in this round to land some good punches, but Johnny's going to stay right in there and counter him.
And right now, Tapia got connected by a right hook.
You can feel the intensity. It's just power against power sometimes. And we'll see who can outlast the other. Tapia continuing to try to throw the left jab out there. Always difficult against a lefty.
You know, for a fight that's going to be scheduled 12 rounds, both fighters agreed to the terms at 124, no title on the line, a 12-round fight. And by the way it's going, it's going to look like a very interesting fight if it goes 12 rounds. It's going to be a hard fight to judge, I believe.
Well, Tapia is getting to be 33 years old. It's harder for him sometimes, as you found out later in your career, Genaro, to make that weight. and they wanted to find a weight that they could agree on and put on a show. This is all about a show tonight.
And Paulie Ayala is connecting with some good straight lefts.
He's very busy on the inside. There's a shove from Johnny Tapia. Richard Steele warns him. Oh, we thought we'd see some of this.
Well, Johnny didn't want to be crunching against the rope, so what he did, he saw that Paulie Ayala was off balance, so he pushed him away.
Good right hand from Ayala.
And there, Tapia turns out.
Oh, there's a right hand to connect to Tapia. Another one. There's the bell, and they got to pull them apart. Richard Steele has to pull them apart. Ayala landing 2 solid right hands to Tapia. You can see Tapia was staggered just a little bit, but he kept throwing.
Well, Tapia, he likes this type of fight. He feels that he gets so hyped up with this.
Until he gets weak, and then you can take it back. Listen to me. Every time you start getting that body where it's in motion, get that body in motion and drive them shots down to the body and go back to the head. All right? I don't want you laying in with him. Don't let him even think he's in this fight. Okay. You look beautiful.
Here we see Johnny right there holding him down. There's a push. You notice that Paulie Ayala was trying to block him from moving. There we go. There we see the good right hook by Paulie Ayala that connected. There's an exchange of punches thrown after the bell.
Come on, in 2s and 3s, okay? Let's go, baby. Doing good. We can do this, Paulie.
He wants to throw punches in 2s and 3s. And Johnny Tapia's corner wants him not to get in there in these early rounds and get knocked down. They want him to use his boxing skill. They said he looked beautiful in that first round when he was boxing, but you know, Johnny's got a head of his own. Johnny's going to do what he wants to do.
You know, he gets so fired up, so pumped up with the crowd yelling out Tapia that sometimes he loses his head. He wants to show the people what he's made of.
I'm very impressed, as most people who watch Paulie Ayala, with that powerful right hand he can throw out there. It doesn't really look like a jab. It looks more like a power punch when he throws it.
Yeah, and there are times where he makes mistakes, minor mistakes, that I'm surprised his corner not picking up, that he's reaching in, he's walking in there with his punch like right now, that he doesn't connect the punch. He'll continue walking forward without throwing a punch.
Very quick.
And then we see Johnny Tapia countering.
Johnny looks beautiful when he counters like that. He's not going to let him get that footwork tangled up, Hernaro. Is that what you're saying? That's the reason he's pushing him off. When he tries to trip him up like that, you can put Tapia in a bad position to get hit.
I don't think Tapia wants to be against the rope, so that's why he's pushing him away. He wants to be able to use the distance a little.
Yeah, he wants to operate out near the center of the ring, and Ayala so far is just standing in the middle of the ring.
As we see right there, he threw 3 punches at a distance. And every time Paulie walks in, he steps back and moves. Something that he didn't do in the first fight. There, he got caught coming in with a good right hook by Paulie. Johnny's trying to use his distance. He's trying to use movement. He doesn't want to stay toe-to-toe against Paulie.
Well, you see Johnny moving in and out Cobra-like, but the heavier punches are coming from Ayala.
Right to the good left uppercut.
And now he backs up Tapia, coming in behind that very hard right that he throws. Tapia countering. Ayala missing by about a foot there with that right hook he threw out there. But you can see that Johnny Tapia continues to move in and out, in and out. Snake-like quickness.
Paulie, I believe, is facing a different Tapia than he fought last year, so that's why he's finding it a little more difficult. But right there, he connected a good right hook.
You see the footwork of Johnny Tapia as he gets up on his toes and throws punches. So far, less inclined to do what he did last time when Ayala lured him into an inside fight and they stood toe-to-toe. Johnny wants to see how far he can push this guy into the later rounds, rather than standing there and just take him on the chin.
But sometimes you have to wonder whether this is going to benefit Johnny, because he had to go and lose a little weight.
Exactly.
It wasn't much, but he had to lose some, and I think it might affect him. But there we see that there's no effect, because he's landing some good shots. Paulie Ayala missing with a right hook that he almost went off the ropes.
2 world-class fighters, both champions in their own right.
Johnny Tapia using the ring, boxing, moving around, counterpunching, doing good. Paulie Ayala having a little difficulty trying to figure out how to get into the rhythm himself.
I think Johnny had a very good round there. He got off his rhythm in the round 2, and he came back there and did what he more of what his game plan.
Beautiful. You don't need it. This guy's so slow, he misses you with everything. Go in and out and taunting. Okay. Start giving him some head movement and taunting. Okay. And getting frustrated. Okay. And don't forget your up jab when you go back. You gotta kill that.
Here we see Paulie Ayala connecting that right hook to the head of Johnny Tapia. Johnny coming back with a left to the body. He gets connected with a good right hook by Paulie Ayala. And there we see Johnny Tapia throwing 1, 2, 3 combinations.
Here's Teresa looking on, Johnny's wife and manager.
Very looks a little worried.
Very close bond between these two.
In the corner of Johnny Tapia, it was interesting what his trainer Jesse Reed was saying. Get into his head, use psychological, frustrate him, don't fall into the game plan.
They feel like Tapia is much quicker than Ayala, but Ayala is plenty quick.
Yes, Paulie has good hand speed himself, but I believe he leaves himself a little more open though, as we see right there that he likes to get in there and brawl. Johnny right there, he's gonna have to use his head, and like Jesse Reed said, he told him, taunt him, play around with him, get into his mind. Don't fall into Paulie Ayala's game. Make him fall into your game.
Well, the Tapia corner was very pleased with that last.
And there's a good lift by Paulie Ayala that connected.
Johnny trying the uppercut there, and Ayala's standing right there and able to take it. They go in spurts. If you blink, you might miss something.
There we saw both fighters throwing hooks. Johnny's beating Paulie Ayala to the punch.
Johnny stepping in. He'd like to land some combinations. So far, he's only putting one punch together.
There we see some inside fighting between both fighters.
Yeah, a little work in the body there between them. Ayala continues to bore in as he will do all night. Ayala can take a punch with the best of them. Two fighters in pretty good shape, although, you know, you said the
right up the way.
Yeah, it was a good punch inside.
Johnny Tapia waited for Paulie Ayala to come in, and he caught him with a good right uppercut in the nose.
He's got the full arsenal of this Johnny Tapia. He can work you in several different ways.
Good left hook by Johnny Tapia while Paulie Ayala was trying to throw that right hook of his.
That's the price you pay sometimes when you miss.
Paulie Ayala forcefully trying to walk his way into Johnny Tapia. He's having a little difficult to try to get in with the movement that Johnny Tapia is using.
We're in round 4.
There's a right uppercut thrown by Johnny Tapia that landed.
Round 4, last 45 seconds winding down here. Intensity level is still there for both fighters. Johnny worked a little combination there to the chin, but I haven't seen him back up Ayala once.
No, Paulie's continuing coming forward, but he's also been
that's a good body shot
thrown by Johnny Tapia.
That was one of those, you can feel it in your bones body shots. Ooh. Those take effect, don't they, Hernero?
Oh, in the later rounds they do. Here we see Johnny Tapia moving. He's using his jab every time Paulie wants to take a step forward. Johnny Tapia take it to the back, step back, or side. There we see a good combination for him.
I have to wonder, and we'll listen in the corners, if we'll see Ayala getting a little bit frustrated because this has not been the same type of fight we saw a year ago. There's Paulie's wife, Lenny.
Clapping, happy with what she sees right now.
Okay, because you're throwing it and you're missing it, but then you're not coming back with nothing. On your lead left, you're not throwing it straight like we want you to, okay? You're throwing it like a little roundhouse, and you're going around him and missing it, okay? Close your eye, close your eye. Put them together, Paulie. Don't stop on one.
Good body shot right there thrown by Johnny Tapia.
Ooh, sunk in about 2 or 3 inches.
Paulie Ayala was trying to connect that right hook of his. It was the ex-world champion, Michael Carvajal.
They love him in Phoenix, don't they?
Real nice guy.
We were at his big victory down in Tijuana about a year ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The 11th one, knockout, that was terrific.
Knocked out Arce.
Yep, we beat a good fighter, Jorge Arce.
Right.
Here we go, round 5, scheduled 12 round, and there's a good right hand from Ayala just to say howdy doody to Johnny Tapia as they come out.
Just to wake Johnny Tapia up a little bit.
Yeah, to say hello is all he's doing. There's a left. I think Ayala's going to pick up the intensity if he can right here. There's a right hand that hit on the cheek of Tapia, and Ayala's trying to get this thing going.
Yeah, they were telling Paulie Ayala, instead of throwing over like left hooks and overhand hooks, to go in there and throw straight punches, and he's connecting some good straight punches to the face of Johnny Tapia.
I'd have to say that Paulie Ayala, the less emotional of these two fighters. I see a little redness around the nose of Johnny Tapia right now, so he's been tagged a couple of times.
Both fighters have been getting tagged pretty good. There's a headbutt right there that Johnny Tapia was trying to make Richard Steele caution Paulie Ayala, but Paulie Ayala continued working the body. And there was no counter punches by Johnny Tapia. There's a good short right to the body thrown by Johnny Tapia that landed. Johnny Tapia trying to connect that left hook as he sees that right hand drop by Paulie Ayala.
Johnny continues to try to use his footwork and his quickness, and if he sees an opening, he's going to go in there. The problem is Paulie Ayala's always coming straight in and trying to bore into you.
Yeah, Paulie Ayala wants to be right there.
Right there in front. There was a good
Johnny
punch.
Tapia got connected right there by a straight left.
I mentioned that Tapia had some redness around his nose. Looks like he is for sure bleeding now. He got caught with one right on the nose.
Yes, he's been getting caught with some straight punches, straight lefts thrown by Paulie. But at the same time, we're looking at him trying to get away from some punches. Paulie, on the other hand, he's been getting connected on the nose too, but there's no sign of any type of blood or anything on Paulie. Paulie trying to work his way through with a straight jabs.
He'll come in behind his shoulders, you know. He gets in that crouch stance and tries to spring out of it right into you. And then Johnny, he flicks his quick jabs in there. There's a body punch from Paulie.
There's a wide right hook that missed by Paulie. Good body shot thrown by Paulie to the side, and it get countered by a left thrown by Johnny Tapia. I don't think Johnny Tapia wants to be right there.
Well, here we go. The wrestle is on. A little bit of a scrum there. And it will happen from time to time as these contrasting styles seem to clash. That's the end of the round. Johnny almost unloaded one right at the end.
Right after the bell, too.
Right after the bell. That's the second time he's done that.
But both fighters are getting too close to throwing punches after the bell, so...
I think it's going to get a little chippy in there, Genaro, before it's over with.
Left, around.
Well, they're in the sixth.
Circle.
They're going to be
Throw
coming
it
up to the sixth round, and
then you can come back with that hook to the head. Look, when you throw that left upper, I want you to come right back with it straight, son. Okay? Close your eyes. Close your eyes. There you go.
Johnny Tapia moving back. There's that good right uppercut, but countered by Paulie Ayala's right hook that connected to the side of the head. Here's the other shot right there. There's a straight left thrown to the forehead. Johnny Tapia answers back with a straight right of his own.
Okay, all right. I love you, Governor. I'm still chucking.
There we see Johnny Tapia.
That's Johnny Tapia talking to the camera. He's aware of everything around him, saying hello to Grandma, Grandpa. He said, everything's fine. I love you. I'm doing all right. Just out here working. To him, it's like going to have dinner somewhere. It's just part of life.
It's his job.
Yeah, it's his job. Hi, everybody. I'm all right. Round 6.
And he's doing good as long as he stays away from the ropes. There we see him off balance, but still throwing punches, connecting them, having Paulie Ayala having go back. Oh, but look at the shot.
Good shot from Ayala right
straight
to the chin. Now they're going to mix it up a little bit.
Johnny Tapia turns southpaw now.
They went southpaw, started flicking to right. Nice back to the right hand. He said he can fight either way.
Good straight jab and good left to the body thrown by Johnny Tapia.
Both fighters picking up the intensity a little bit in this round.
Paulie Ayala throwing some good straight combinations that landed to the face of Johnny Tapia.
Round 6 of a scheduled 12-round bout here from Las Vegas.
Yeah, both fighters agreed to fight in the featherweight division. They're 124-pounders today. Well, at least yesterday they were. Tonight they're junior lightweights.
Yeah.
Like that, Johnny Tapia's fighting as a lightweight almost. Paulie Ayala is a lightweight, junior lightweight. There's a good body shot thrown by Johnny Tapia right there.
Tapia came in at 138, says his natural weight's about 153, which would be like Hagler weight.
Too much weight for a fighter who's going to be at 122, I believe.
Yeah, it's tough to make, isn't it?
Yeah, especially at this age now. But we see him here doing his job, doing a good job tonight. He has a very good champion in front of him himself, Paulie Ayala, who's always in there to give a war and to give the fans what they paid for.
That's vintage Tapia right there as he steps back and throws that uppercut, gets back on his toes. Oh, good exchange on the inside. Both landed at the same time.
Landed two straight rights to the face of Paulie Ayala. Paulie Ayala coming back. There we see again a right uppercut blocked by Paulie Ayala this time.
Paulie kind of stepping back a little bit, kind of taking a breather, saying, I don't know what's going on here.
He's like he doesn't know what, I guess he doesn't know what plan to put in play. Right there he goes forward and he gets connected, gets counter-punched by Johnny Tapia.
Well, he's not getting what he got last time.
Johnny Tapia, he must have studied the tape real good. He's boxing and moving now. He's good. He's counter-punching. Right there he gets connected by a good right. But there's a push.
That's a push.
That was a push.
That was a push.
Fans got excited, but there was a push. It was a punch thrown, but it was more of a push than a punch landing. Because it was a side. He landed with the side and not with the sponge on top.
I've got this thing about dead even through 6.
It was a pretty interesting fight. Like I said before, it was going to be a hard fight to judge.
Keep him outside.
I'm glad I'm not a judge.
Come on, get your feet moving. Let's go. Hit them arms. Come on, Mr. All right. Beautiful.
Don't ever cut me out. I'm
Hey, Johnny, show him what a young man you are.
The guy is not paying attention to his cornerman.
Johnny,
Cornerman's.
Talk to me with his hands. Talk to me. I want 4 and 5 at a time. Beautiful job.
Jesse Reed's just talking away, and
I don't want
Johnny.
you getting hit with that sucker shit.
And Johnny's looking at the replays. Here we see Johnny getting hit with a good straight left by Paulie, and he comes back to try to counter with a good body shot, but he gets countered himself with a good right hook.
Going to round 7 of a scheduled 12th rounder. It's been intense and fun. It's always fun when Johnny Tapia's in the ring, and it's interesting to watch this young man, Paulie Ayala, doing what he does.
Paulie coming straight ahead with that
straight ahead.
Good straight left.
It's just a classic matchup, Hernaro, between the guy who's the power puncher and the guy who's more of a boxer and a skill fighter. And
well, this time he's using his skills, he's boxing, he's moving, but in the first fight, he wanted to be a brawler. And that's Paulie's game right there.
Well, he just told the television audience, don't ever count me out.
It's just amazing what goes through his head. He doesn't pay attention to the corner, and there he is.
And he has Mi Vida Loca on his belt. My Crazy Life is Johnny Tapia's theme, and it has been a crazy life for him.
Yeah, Sam, you know, unfortunately for him, you know, it's been pretty sad, you know.
A lot of tragedy.
Yeah. But here he is, making the best of his life. He's trying to do a good job, trying to box. He's doing good. He's getting away from a lot of punches, something that he didn't do in the first fight. There we saw.
That was a good right hand that snuck in there. I tell you, Paulie might get a little frustrated, but he is still very dangerous.
Yeah, he's a fighter who works hard. He's always in tough fights. And what other person to have a tough fight with than Johnny Tapia? Person who really never goes back, but today he's been a little more smarter. He's using his head a little more. He's moving around. He's countering. There he gets caught with a good right by Paulie and a good left.
Johnny snuck in a left of his own, and Paulie's trying to work combinations. We heard his corner say, you know, throw him in 2s and 3s, but it's hard to throw him in 2s and 3s if Johnny keeps moving like that. Good movement from Tapia. 33 years old. Maybe his legs aren't as springy as they used to be, but he looks pretty good tonight.
Well, he's doing good tonight. I honestly thought that it would affect him, the problems that he had, but obviously his head is straight right now. He's thinking straight. He's being a better fighter to me, I think, today than he was last year.
The question is, is he going to be able to land enough effective blows to impress the judges?
Paulie Paulie here using all the skills he has. He's trying to go in and trying to land a good punch. He's there connected by a good straight right by Johnny Tapia.
Johnny standing in front now, taking a little jab and countering. Here's a little
Good
left
straight
hand.
left by Paulie.
Yeah, I don't think Johnny thought that was coming.
And look, he lands a good hit, and there comes Johnny Tapia.
Yeah, Johnny coming back with a quick punches inside. Good combination inside. And a right hand to the jaw of Paulie Ayala.
Johnny wanted to get back Paulie what he got. Landed a good punch.
Ayala's a tough customer, though.
Yeah, both fighters are got big hearts. They never seem to deprive the fans from the good fight.
Interesting round there. It's hard to tell, but I think Tapia might have landed more effective combinations, and Ayala landed the more effective power punches.
Hey,
so
man, how you feel?
Depends on what kind of mood the judges are in. Let's listen to Ayala's corner.
You know, we can't tell by these judges, son. So we're gonna have to put more pressure on him. Yeah. Okay, you're gonna have to throw more combinations and throw him straight like I know you can do it. Okay, you're throwing still roundhouses and you're missing him and you're going off of balance. You gotta throw straight.
We see Johnny Tapia throwing 5 punches like the way they had told him before in the previous minute round. Paulie smiles. He comes trying to play the psychological game. Johnny Tapia moving from side to side. And there is a straight left that landed by Paulie. Johnny Tapia says, you didn't do no damage. He comes back with his own right and a good body shot. Paulie tries to counter punch, but he misses punches.
Let's go, second.
Tapia's in his corner talking to everybody ringside, saying hello.
He's telling somebody, I love you. I love you on camera.
Talking to the crowd. And no signs of depression from this young man tonight.
It just seems like, you know, he has to be in action in order for him not to fall into some type of depression, because he's open-minded. He's aware of what's going on. He's aware that he has a very good champion in front of him, even though there's no bout on the line.
Well, Paulie is a very unemotional fighter. On the other hand, you can see that he looks like he's almost bored sometimes in there as he just goes on about his business.
He's a very serious fighter. He takes it very serious. He wants to come in here and prove to the people that the first time he beat Tapia wasn't a fluke. Tonight he has a very different opponent in front of him, a fighter who has a very good chin, who has good stamina, who likes to take a punch once in a while to get him started. And he has a good fighter who's in front of him moving around, making him miss a lot of punches tonight. Johnny working his jab here and there once in a while. There's a good jab that landed by Johnny. Paulie Ayala finding a little difficulty trying to connect some good punches here.
I think that maybe the strategy of the Tapia corner is working, because Ayala can get frustrated, but he sneaks in that left every now and then. And now he's trying to back up some counter punches. Let's see if Tapia responds. He did the last round.
But there we see Johnny getting wide open again, going towards Paulie. Every time Paulie connects a good shot, Johnny wants to pay back. And he's vulnerable to get hit.
Well, we heard the Ayala corner. There's some blood coming from the nose of Johnny Tapia now. There's a left that snuck in. Tapia's been hit a few times now. Let's see how he responds.
Oh, there we see him turning southpaw, getting wild, a little wild, losing his head, his composure, and he's getting connected. Every time Paulie hits him, Johnny Tapia gets a little wild and he loses his head and winds up a lot, and that's where he gets hit now. Right there, he caught.
Boy, Ayala is just very deadly.
He just caught Tapia very good with Tapia caught Paulie Ayala with a good left hook while Paulie was trying to walk in.
I'm telling you, Ayala is very, very dangerous.
There we see Paulie smiling at Johnny.
Yeah, he's smiling now. That's the first smile I've seen all night from Ayala. This has been a good round for him. Nose continues to bleed from Johnny Tapia.
There's a good 1-2 punch, but he's being by Paulie, but he got countered by a good straight right by Johnny.
Johnny going with the downstairs punches real quick. More effective punches perhaps being landed by Ayala, but Tapia continues to back away. Look at Paulie, he's smiling now.
Smiling, Johnny, yeah, man, I'm making you go back.
Good right hand from Tapia, backing Ayala up a little bit. Ayala knows he made a little mistake there. You can't get cocky with either one of these fighters.
Well, Johnny was getting a little cocky right there, and he got connected a couple of times. But look at him smiling. He turned around and faced Paulie and smiled at him.
Look at Johnny Tapia over there, just a big smile on his face, like he's having all the fun in the world. Let's listen.
Now look at me. In and out to the sides. All right, to the sides. Start pulling him over here and drop that hook on him.
Okay.
Hold on. Johnny, get into a rhythm.
Okay.
Get into that rhythm.
All right.
Feel the rhythm and make him miss. He looks bad when he's missing.
Johnny right there trying to work his way in, but he got caught with a good left hook by Paulie Ayala. There goes Paulie, landed a good in a straight left while Johnny Tapia was walking his way in. Johnny moving around, he's moving around. They're trying to play psychological games. There we saw him drop his hands and he got connected. Johnny cannot keep dropping his hands if he's not going to throw no punches. He's false balance.
Yeah, you can see there are a couple of smiles from Ayala that round. Tapia sprints across the ring for round 9 of a scheduled 12-round fight. Pretty even fight so far, but we never know which way the judges are going to go. And most cornermen don't like to leave it up to the judges in any way, shape, or form.
Well, none of it's this close of a fight, and it's a pretty close one to me. Paulie, yeah, we're trying to get inside, but Johnny's not leaving him. He's moving around like he's the way I think he should.
Well, we said at the top, you're going to see one thing from Ayala. He does not go backwards. He will keep inching in, throwing punches behind his shoulders. They wanted Tapia in the corner. They want him to move a little more side to side.
Good right hook with a good left uppercut thrown by Paulie that connected. Good jams by Paulie. There we see Johnny moving to his left. There we see a good left hook with a straight right thrown by Johnny Tapia.
I'm wondering here in round 9, Genaro, if there we go. We need to see a little more from Tapia.
Well, I believe that he's doing good right there. He just has to counter every time that Paulie walks in, make him walk in and reach for him, step back. Tapia has to take a step back every time he sees Paulie take a step forward.
Exactly.
That way he could counter punch.
Exactly.
But if you don't do that, then you're falling into the game plan of Paulie, where Paulie wants to be right in front of your chest. That's where he wants to be.
You can see he just looks straight at Johnny Tapia's chest the whole time. That's where he's going, right toward the right toward the sternum, in the middle of the chest.
Good punching throwing by both fighters.
This is a wonderful display of boxing. Two very different styles.
Good left thrown by Johnny that landed on the...
He deked him. He deked him. He faked him inside with his hips and then followed up with a couple of punches. I haven't seen that. That was a new one.
There's always new things learned, I guess, through other fighters, and Johnny Tapia came out with a new one there.
That was a new one. That was a hip thrust fake, and then it kind of froze Ayala for a second.
Because you never know what Johnny Tapia's going to throw. I mean, yeah, he threw a fake hit, but I mean, if you would have fallen for it, it would have been worse. It would have looked pretty good for him.
There's a good body shot inside. Paulie continues to work, continues to bore in, but he's missing wildly there right now. Johnny's looking at him like this.
And he sticks his tongue out a little.
Yeah, showing no respect, and Johnny goes in and starts working him on the inside.
Good
straight right hands as he goes to left-handed style now, Genaro. You never know where he's going to shift to. Final seconds of round 9 in what has been a very entertaining fight so far.
There was no smiling and sticking the tongue out this time. They're both like saying, okay, good job. Let's go to our corners now.
There's the two wives sitting in each respective corner. You see two very distinct...
Fight. Get the rhythm going. Rhythm. And a lot of jabs, all right? A lot of jabs.
In my hand?
Don't worry about your hand. You got the adrenaline flowing, son. You can handle it.
Got it.
Which one? You hurt your right hand?
No.
Huh?
Well, you heard that. Right hand may be hurt.
Well, I don't think so, because I mean, Johnny's over here still smiling at the camera.
Throwing more combinations. We can do it, baby. Come on.
They're trying to employ Ayala for more combinations. Let's take a look. There's that hip thrust fake. Never seen that. You didn't do that, did you, Genaro? The hip thrust. I think it was an Elvis the pelvis.
I think I would have probably broken apart. I was so thin.
Yeah, that's a new move in boxing, the Elvis to pelvis hip thrust. I'd like to see it again if he can pull it off.
Well, right now, Paulie is going forward, trying to maintain Johnny Tapia against the ropes. That's where he wants him.
I sense some concern in the Ayala corner, imploring their fighter to throw more combinations. While in the other corner, there was some concern about the right hand, Johnny Tapia.
Well, it doesn't look like there's any concern right now because Johnny Tapia is worried. He's not even worried about it. And there he is, back to his tactics.
Trying to frustrate Ayala.
It's all psychological. He's all trying to be all psychological, and then sometimes it works, sometimes it don't, because he gets connected when he tries to do it.
Waving his gloves in the air, saying, "Bring it on!" The crowd getting into it now, shouting, "Johnny, Johnny!" But Paulie's got a lot of fans in here.
Paulie just connected Johnny Tapia with a good straight left. There's some body shots thrown by Paulie Ayala. No counter punching thrown by Johnny right there.
Yeah, he's just taking it right now. I didn't see anything from Tapia in that exchange. But he's going to continue to frustrate Ayala if he can. Nothing flashy about what Ayala does at all.
No, Ayala just comes straight forward. He doesn't do any psychological unless he smiles. He doesn't try to play any psychological games. He's just there and there trying to do his job, go straight forward, trying to get away from punches.
He's all business.
Johnny throwing a pretty good punch to the body that was blocked.
They wanted him to jab more.
And there's a good straight right by.
There's good left from Johnny. Very confident fighters, both of them.
And Paulie counter punching with a good left hook, good right hooks on him.
We're in the 10th round. It seems to have gone very quickly because there's been so many punches thrown.
There we see Paulie trying to reach in, trying to get in there with his jab. He connected pretty good. Right hook to the there's a good left. Johnny slapping flesh in the face of Johnny Tapia, and Tapia smiling at.
I've heard that when they're smiling, it means they got hurt.
No, not really. It's just, you know, it gives the expression that, you know what, hey, that didn't hurt me. Look, I'm coming right back after you right now.
Tapia has thrown more jabs this round. His corner asked him to. I don't know if that's because
it's a good jab by Johnny.
Yeah, he's been working behind that jab.
He's doing real good.
Yeah.
He's giving Paulie a hard
time. There's a punch inside.
Good combination thrown by Paulie.
Yeah, just grazed off the left hook, just grazed off the nose, but the blood is coming from Tapia's face now as he gets punched twice in the face, and he's just standing there attacking it, and he's going to try to counter, and they're standing in the middle of the ring. The Tapia's picked up the intensity as the 10th round ends. Paulie's waving his arms in the air, saying how excited he is to be here. Now I see some emotion from Paulie Ayala.
Wow, his wife is right there standing up, applauding him, and Paulie goes out there and says, yeah, you know, I'm still here. You know, he ain't doing no damage to me.
Now he goes back to his seance. Now he's back to his calmness.
That's what you need to do. You're so quick that this guy ain't got a chance.
We got to get him. Yeah. Go way in there with it.
There we see the good counter punch thrown by Ayala, who connected a good right uppercut and a left hook. But then look at Johnny. He gets fired up. Every time he gets hit, he gets fired up. But we see right there, he misses quite a bit of punches there. We see him making Paulie Ayala miss, but he gets connected with a good right hook.
Ayala was missing on the inside there, but he did land some more shots. Here we go, round 11. Anything can happen. This one's going to be decided so far, I think, in our own, how the judges see it, what kind of style they like.
Well, both fighters are doing real good. They're both, I mean, we have to take our hands off of both fighters. You know, they came here, they're doing their job right now, and they're doing a good job. Done.
You can say that Tapia has fought his fight and Ayala's fought his fight.
And there are times where Johnny Tapia falls into the game plan of Paulie Ayala. He gets a little wild, sometimes he loses his head, he leaves himself wide open, and that's where Paulie connects his punches.
Had a feeling it might go the distance.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, you know, both fighters that can take good punches. They're both warriors. And they both come in with good condition.
Well, we got a ways to go in round 11, and then there will be a round 12. unless somebody gets put on the rear end right here.
Well, that seems unlikely, but it's never impossible. As we see, both fighters using their jabs.
Well, Paulie went to more of a jab.
That's what Paulie wants to be. He wants to be in close with Johnny because Johnny opens up a lot more and he drops his hands a lot more. Johnny wants to be at his distance. Johnny, he might have hurt his foot. Might have twisted his ankle.
He kind of hopped on that foot a little bit, but he seems to have brushed it off real quick. He tried an awkward little uppercut inside and got crossed up in the feet of Paulie, and that's always a danger. When you're going against these left-handers, you cross feet.
And I think he hurt his ankle because he's not putting too much pressure on him.
Well, he'll let us know.
But then when you got that adrenaline going, you know, sometimes you just don't worry about that. And you can't worry about that because, you know, you got a world champion in front of you, Paulie Ayala. Good jab by Johnny Tapia. Well, Paulie comes back with his own jab.
Safe to say we haven't seen them. Oh, there's a good right hand.
Right. And even Paulie goes, oh,
yeah, he felt that. He opened up his mouth, started breathing from his mouth.
And there goes that hip movement again.
That might have been Tapia's best punch of the night. That was a hard right, and you saw it in the eyes of Ayala.
And Paulie's vulnerable for that shot because when he steps in to throw his punches, he leaves himself open to the middle. Good three-punch combination thrown by Johnny that landed that good right hand. There's another right hand.
This has been a very good round for Johnny Tapia, I would think. Paulie puts his arms in the air and says, yeah, I survived that. But I think that Tapia was more accurate. Here it is, 11th round, and he's looking maybe better than he did the whole fight. Let's listen in and see what's going on over there.
No matter what, we do not want to go straight there, no matter what we do. Okay? That round. Hallelujah. That round. You didn't throw me big, all right?
You see that counter punch?
Beautiful right over there.
Don't get hit with no sucker punches. Get in there and go to work. All right. Here we go.
There we see Paulie working his way in, but look at that
good
straight
right
that walked right into the face of Paulie Ayala, who goes, whoa, you got me. There we see another good right. Two rights. One landed, the other two partially blocked. And just hear the electricity out here of the crowd.
Oh yeah, it's all excited now. The final round.
Sold out.
Let's see who survives. Johnny Tapia, he doesn't need us. He does his own commentary. He was doing it from the studio. Did you see that? Did you see that?
Did you see that good counter punch I threw?
Yeah, we saw it, Johnny. Let's see if there's a little more intensity in the final round. I have no idea which way this one's going to go.
That's a pretty close fight, and Paulie is going forward. Both fighters are being a little more precautious right now. Good straight lift by Paulie Ayala, being countered by Johnny Tapia.
A lot of respect for one another, as you can tell. A lot of respect for each other's punches. Johnny's still trying to get done what he has to get done.
A good overhand left hook thrown by Paulie.
I think Johnny in his mind thinks he's winning this fight.
Good body shot by Paulie. I believe that Paulie should have, from the beginning, should have been working the body a little bit more. But just look at Johnny Tapia. Johnny Tapia comes back. He gets connected with a good couple of shots.
Good right hand from Ayala. There's a left hand that snuck in. I'll have to say this has been a very, very clean fight and a very good exhibition.
Both fighters putting all their hearts out, connecting with good shots, getting connected pretty good, and maintaining their composure at the same time. Once in a while, Johnny was losing it, but he's able to maintain it pretty good.
Wonderful job by Ayala right now as he keeps to put the pressure on him.
And Johnny turning southpaw, losing movement.
Neither fighter seems to have lost too much to this 12-round fight. A lot of energy still being expended in the ring. Johnny still trying to work behind that jab. Much different fight this time than the fight of the year last year in 1999. I think Johnny learned a few things.
Right there, you see what Johnny's doing, he's trying to connect that right uppercut, but he's dropping that left and he's getting caught by Paulie. Paulie's doing good counter punching.
Yeah, when he drops his left, he throws the right, and he's in that southpaw style. He throws his left, and then Paulie Ayala catches him. And here we go. Final minute of the last round, and now they're going to stand there and maybe throw a few punches.
And maybe it might get a little more dirty. Look at Paulie. Look at Paulie. Look at Johnny. Okay, let's get it on.
Okay, let's go.
But this is not where Johnny wants to be. Johnny wants to be able to use this psychological trick on Paulie and box a little.
A little head splashing in the middle. Johnny's got 30 seconds left as he jumps up and down and tells the crowd, come on.
But he goes in there kind of wild and he gets connected by Paulie with those left hooks. There's a good couple of right hands thrown by Johnny that was blocked by Paulie.
Final seconds. As the two are throwing punches inside, Paulie Ayala landed some hard shots and Tapia's trying to counter. They're really mixing up. Final seconds of a 12-round fight as Richie Steele steps in and separates them. I don't know who got the best of that, but they were throwing all the way to the end.
Jeez.
I think both fighters believe they won this fight. We'll have to see what the judges say. A furious final 10 seconds of the rematch between Johnny Tapia and Paulie Ayala here at the MGM Grand Garden. What'd you think about that, Arnold?
Well, the 10 seconds, oh wow, devastating punching. Neither one of them took a step back. It was good, clean action. It was an exciting 10 seconds. The fight was exciting, period. But the last 10 seconds were, jeez. I don't think there's going to be another fight like this in quite a while that can make it in like this.
I won't say what I haven't, but I got it real close.
Oh yeah, real close.
We'll let the judges decide it.
That's why we're right here commentating, and they got the hard work.
Yep. Look at Paulie showing a little emotion. He's just a very calm individual. He
shows very little
emotion.
But he raises his hands, he goes out there and he hugs the wife of Johnny Tapia.
That's been a class act tonight. There's been
they both deserve a
good clean fight, a good show. Johnny Tapia being hoisted in the air. Waiting to see how the judges have decided. Here's the replay.
The end of the round, here we go. Toe-to-toe action, both fighters swinging away. Johnny swinging in, connecting some pretty good shots. Both fighters are connecting one another here. Neither one of them taking a step back, unless they're forced to by the strength of the other fighter or off balance, being off balance here.
Look at Ayala's intensity as he was trying to land those punches.
Steele almost got hit too himself. And he don't got no gloves on to protect himself.
He needs some gloves, I think.
Should have had a headgear on today. There we see Paulie waving to the crowd. And
Johnny's got to be. Johnny knows he fought his fight tonight. He's got to be proud of what he did. I don't know how the judges. Here comes the decision for Jimmy Lennon Jr.
After 12 rounds of boxing, we go to the scorecards. We have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Keith McDonald, scores the bout 116 to 112. Jerry Roth and Chuck Jompa both score the bout 115 to 113. All three in favor of the winner, Paulie Ayala.
There's some emotion from Paulie Ayala. Unanimous decision. Two of the judges had it 115-113, which is about as close as you can get.
Well, it was a good fight. Neither one of them deserved to lose.
Unfortunately,
the judges saw something that that we didn't see. I mean, I thought it was a closer fight.
Since you know by